Yo, what is good, everybody? It is your boy Slice. Yo, Chainsaw Man Part 2 is picking up so much, it's crazy. It's really crazy to believe that I dropped it at some point. And it started to make me really come to the conclusion that it was worth picking it back up, because these consecutive fire chapters have been fire. Now, I thought the twist last chapter was crazy, but we got a little bit deeper of a dive of that twist and some this chapter. We're gonna cover all that and more in today's video, man. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Consider hitting that subscribe button for your boy Slice. Hit the like button, ring the bell for the notice, share the video, and drop me a comment, man. You figure deal? That'll give you a 1000% authentic official Slice's seal of approval as far as you being an anime OG. You figure deal? Anyway though, man, let's go ahead and dive into today's video. Let's get it. Alright, so chapter 199 starts off directly after chapter 198, and the title of this chapter is actually called Enjoy Your Food. Now, the titles have definitely been correlating with exactly the chapters covering, so you'll see, man. You'll see. But once again, the chapter starts off from the last, continuing the story from the last cliffhanger we were left on. Now remember, Fami and the Death Devil have been swapped. So the Death Devil is the original Fami that we've been rocking with the entirety of part 2. And Fami is the quote-unquote fake Death Devil that we ran into that had that interaction with the fake Chainsaw Man. Just to get that covered, going back into the story, remember Fami told the Death Devil, just die. Just die for all of humanity's sake and mankind. The Death Devil states that even if she could die, that really wouldn't mean much. And the only thing that would result in would just be another Death Devil forming, reviving back to life, except this one, it's about a 99.9% chance that one will not have the same feelings for mankind and want to in fact actually spare mankind the way this one does. Which, if you truly think about it, that really puts us in a damned if we do, damned if we don't situation. But as we'll see later in the chapter, there seems to be some sort of solution. Now, there were two presented. One that was pretty obvious, the other one was an unexpected twist, which at this point you should be, and I know I am, pretty much expecting at least one a chapter now. The fake Chainsaw Man states, can't you just not destroy mankind and just let us live happily ever after? Sounds good in theory though. The Death Devil then states that that's actually not possible. No matter what, according to the prophecy, no one knows how it'll happen, but something will happen to where humanity reaches its highest fear level possible in regards to the fear of death. Regardless of where she is, regardless of what she's doing, regardless of whether or not she's sound asleep, or whatever, wherever, her true powers will awaken and the Death Devil will arise. So I know, at least for me, that cleared up some air as far as well, if the Death Devil's been here the whole time, then how exactly has the prophecy not fulfilled itself yet? Besides the fact of Fami just now actually truly popping up. But that pretty much just gave us our answer. Speaking of Fami though, she then presents which, in my opinion, would be the most logical outcome, but would almost be too obvious. Just like I say in the Boruto chapter reviews, man, and the Boruto videos in general, which you haven't checked any of those out, you might as well go ahead and check some of those out, man, because you might in fact find something that you like. You figure deal? But yeah, just like I stated in those videos, man, these authors are geniuses, bro. Not only are they talented, but they're geniuses, and it does take genius level intellect to be talented. Not really, but it does. They don't just make these stories go with the most obvious outcome, which is what this one would be. Fami states, why don't you just allow Chainsaw Man to eat you? Wouldn't that just lead to the concept of death ceasing to exist? That would save everyone in humanity, right? Mankind? Now, personal input from your boy Slice. That sounds good in theory and all, but let's be realistic. If Chainsaw Man / Pochita was to eat the Death Devil, the realism of what that would do to the universe, that honestly would make things a lot worse than what they already are. At least at this given moment, things have not reached that climax, that peak of the prophecy, anything along those lines. We're close, but we're not there yet, so things aren't that bad. But really sit there and think about a world where death isn't a thing. Think about all the people that already suffer. Think about the people to where, this might get a little dark here, but there are generally some people that look forward to passing over into the next world just because they're suffering that much here. Now, if you feel that way, you can definitely chop it up with your boy Slice. Tap in with my social media platforms. You can hit me on the one. And, I try to coach you out of it because trust me, I've been there. But, it sounds good in theory and all, but that would just bring so many more issues to arise to the surface by just eliminating the concept of death. And if you think about it, like on a philosophical level, I could get so deep into it, but I'll probably save that for another video. Actually, no, I will save that for another video. So if you're looking forward to that video, why Chainsaw Man should in fact not eat the Death Devil, just drop me a comment and let me know. I'll probably get that out sometime this week. Switching back over to the Death Devil though, she then states it again. That's actually not possible. They ask why. She says, simply put, it's because I'm gonna eat you. Now at this point, I was very confused. It actually reminded me of a SpongeBob episode way back in the OG days, man. I'm not gonna expose my age, but it reminded me of a SpongeBob episode where they were all about to get eaten. They were scared for their lives. The Flying Dutchman was going to chew them up, man.
Well, now that introductions are out of the way, it's time for dinner.
Nobody was expecting that to happen, especially at the end of the episode. So that's kind of what it reminded me like on some funny stuff. But on a more serious note, the panel switches over and we see the fake Chainsaw Man and we see the real Famine Devil screaming in agony. You can just see the pain in their face. But side note, even though the fake Chainsaw Man looks nasty, even though he looks very nasty, bro, his design is really starting to grow on me. And the fact that they draw this man weekly, sheesh, bro. Y'all got it, man. Like I said, he looks very nasty, bro, but I don't know what it is. But his design is starting to grow on me. Let me know what y'all think about the fake Chainsaw Man design. Because I know when he first was revealed in his new form, a lot of people were very controversial about it. But like I said, it's strange, man. I can't necessarily put my finger on it or why. Maybe it's just the artist in me, I think that's what it is. I just think it's the artist in me. I used to draw. I don't do so anymore, but I always appreciate a good piece of art. And I appreciate things that are weird, different, you know what I mean? I don't like to fit in with the crowd and none of that. And this fake Chainsaw Man kind of just like paints a perfect picture of that, I guess. I don't know. It resonates with me on my artist side. That's the best way I'll put it. But the Death Devil, she hopped in her Itachi bag. You see a whole bunch of crows. You see them descend and feast upon the fake Chainsaw Man and Famine. It's actually crazy. She says, thank you for the meal. Now, on my anime nerd tip, I do wish I remembered how to say that in Japanese. But it's been a minute. I haven't really watched anime in a while. I'm trying to get back into Hunter x Hunter. I started watching it again last night. I'm only on like episode 3. But I just finished watching Steins Gate like last week. And that immediately jumped all the way up to number 2 in regards to Slice's top 10 animes, which when we do hit 100 subscribers, that video will be released, but we're not talking about that right now. Even though we are close though, so hit that subscribe button for your boy if you made it this far to the end of the video. We then see the Death Devil spit out like these plastic, almost toy-like model or figurines of Famine and the fake Chainsaw Man. But then we get elaborated a little bit more on her powers. Anything that the Death Devil eats, she now has complete and utter control over. They are truly enslaved to her and her command, her demand, her desires, whatever the case may be. And that's truly interesting. The Death Devil then drops the figurines into soil, and it almost reminds me of like the Cybermen being planted and growing. I don't know where I'm getting all these analogies from, man, but this was just what was running through my head. This part was also funny, though. She legit called him the fake Chainsaw Man. I was probably laughing for like a minute and a half, approximately, just because. No way that's what they really called him, bro. After she makes them arise, though, through whatever rebirth method that now enslaves them to her control, she orders them. She orders them with a new task. Seemingly, this may be the most logical way in her head to keep the prophecy from being fulfilled. She orders Fami and the fake Chainsaw Man to plunge mankind into an abyss of terror. Shout out to Abyss from TNA, man. Bro, where are all these analogies coming from, bro? I don't know. Don't mind me, bro. But yo, it's looking like we're about to get a fake Chainsaw Man versus the real Chainsaw Man fight. And I feel like it's going to be relatively soon. Especially considering the fact that we have not seen Denji or Asa / Yuru in a couple of chapters, man. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're leading up to, and that'll be a really good fight. Pretty sure we all knew it was inevitable. Some way, somehow, they were going to have to interact to some degree. Most of us probably didn't think it would be a fight, but hey, now, not only is he controlled or does he have power from the Justice Devil, but now he is controlled by the Death Devil, and also so is Fami. So drop a comment and let me know what you thought about this chapter. I do have one question for you all though. So considering the fact that the fake Chainsaw Man was a byproduct of the Justice Devil, did he in fact eat the Justice Devil? Or what exactly had the two of them connected? And because they were connected and because they were now technically both devoured by the Death Devil, what exactly does that mean for the Justice Devil? And what exactly will the Justice Devil have to become? What part will they have to play in the future later on? If they just don't forget about it, which I don't think they will. Anyway though, man, W chapter again. This one might get, do I want to give it a 10? I might give this one a 10, bro. I give it a 10. But keep in mind though, this is a 10 in regards to Chainsaw Man Part 2. In my opinion, nothing will ever top the Makima, the Aki, and the Power incidents. None of them can be topped. They were all above 10s. But for Part 2, I'll give this a 10 out of 10. Either way though, man, it has been your boy Slice. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the chapter. Once again, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you, big dog. Go ahead, and if you have not done so already, consider hitting that subscribe button for your boy Slice. We are so close to that coveted first goal of 100 subscribers. I can just taste it. Just like the Death Devil just got a nice taste of Chainsaw Man, the fake one, and Fami. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign up out of here though, man. Like the video, share the video, drop me a comment, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for the notice, man. I'm out. Peace.